in lymph tissue, you have a significant amount of lymphocytes that make it up, whether they're T cells, B cells, NK killer cells, or whatever. Did we lose the head? Okay. So all these little things that look like flies are literally just some form of a lymphocyte. Here's the actual lymph vessel with the lymph fluid flowing through it. There's another smaller one right there. But you can clearly see the V. You should be able to clearly see the V. That is a lymph valve inside a lymph vessel. So what they would do is they'd say ID tissue, and you'd say because of all of the concentrated leukocytes and lymphocytes, and the difference between the interstitial fluid, the interstitial tissue and the actual lymph tissue, it's going to be a lymph tissue. It's going to be actually a lymph tissue with, or lymph vessel with the actual valve in the center. The valves are just like the venous valves. They let the lymph through, they don't let it go back, because it's a passive system, just like the venous structure. Can everybody see the V? Yeah. It's pretty clear, right? Yeah.
Sort of.
Sort of? Who said sort of?
I did.
Stacy?
It's easier to see on like this video.
You want to, you know, I was going to say give her some glasses, but
You're a little thicker.
now the next one's going to be the lymph node. And Anna, you have a list on that lymph node, don't you? Somewhere. Somebody in the text, somebody find the lymph node in the text, go in the lymphatic system and show you a pretty good slide of the lymph node. Now in the lymph node, you have an afferent entry and an efferent. So you have the afferent vessel and the efferent vessel. What does afferent mean again? It's going into the lymph node. Efferent is coming out of the lymph node. Where is the afferent? On the top, the bottom, the sides? Where is it? Top. Generally going to be on the top, and the efferent?
Bottom side.
Usually on the bottom of the side. So generally, this is going to be the afferent coming in. Let me see if I can spread this out a little bit. That's the lowest power I have. So now here you can kind of get an idea of seeing some of the variables. Let me see if I can find the other side. And here we have a huge opening right there. What you cannot see is this whole thing kind of goes all the way around like this, but then it comes in through here. Okay. Is the afferent efferent larger? According to your text.
The efferent's larger.
Efferent should be significantly larger. Now in there it doesn't look like it's significant, but it usually is. Now let me kind of get over here a little bit. You're going to have a cortex, which is generally here, a lot more. I don't know if you can see this or not, but can you kind of see this area right here? And this area there is a little different. Let me see if I can get up here a little more. No, you can't see it that well. All right, let's look at these three. See these things here? What are those? Based on your text, what are those?
They're
White pulp.
Say it louder.
White pulp.
Yeah, they're white pulp inside the. Now, what does white pulp mean?
concentration.
Say it louder.
I should say concentration and.
Okay, there are going to be different concentrations within the lymph nodes. Are they going to be B cell concentrations or T cells? Or are they just going to be a combination of lymphocytes?
I think it's gonna be
Combination.
T.
Inside, well, you have the cortex, the capsule, and then you have these different septal structures inside here where there are white pulp structures. Let me look over here a little more. And then you'll have these structures going through here. It doesn't show it real well in there. But if you, how many are looking at that page? See these structures right here?
Yeah.
Inside each one of those structures, they only show one of the white pulp.
Is this blown out?
It's like right over here. What does that say? Can't see.
Dividing.
B cell.
Right. So you've got B cells.
It's not
and
working.
T cells.
Yeah.
Not really.
What's not?
This
Not
is.
there, are they?
It's not coming in.
Oh,
Okay.
mine's really
Oh yeah, deep cortex it says.
Did you post yours on
So remember, the inside, generally speaking, inside the actual follicles of the lymph node, you're going to have B cells, not T cells. T cells are much more mobile. They're flowing around inside the lymph tissue as well as the plasma.
Oh my god.
So what can they do?
Dr. Stubblefield,
Yeah.
can I clarify something? Didn't you say that the efferent vessel is generally on the bottom?
I said bottom or side.
On the wet side?
Bottom
Oh.
side.
bottom or side?
bottom or side.
Okay, in our text it shows on the top, I don't know if that.
Afferent or
Giving your
efferent?
arm a break for a
Efferent
minute.
on the superior
Like you just hold a child.
margin, and the afferent's on the inferior.
Let me show you how this works.
Okay.
Why is yours more zoomed? It's all zoomed in.
The problem is I have it at the lowest magnification, so if they're gonna show you this, they're gonna have a hard time showing you this and say, you know, is this afferent or efferent? And the way you determine is gonna be by size as compared to this. So I don't think they're gonna do that. What they're probably gonna be doing is looking for structures like this where you can see different types of circular structures inside the actual divisions.
What are the medullary cords?
Yeah, well, the chords are these little structures here. Okay, but the problem is they don't show them like your textbook, so it's not like that. Your textbook shows it nice and clean and separated, very well dimensioned. That's not the case.
Surprise.
Yeah.
You can see all these different structures going through here. So probably with this, I would suspect that they would probably show you something. This is probably the clearest you're going to get. They would basically show you something like this, and they'd say ID tissue, and you'd say lymph node. And if you don't know, put down lymph. Because all these little dots, they're all concentrations of B cells and lymphatic tissue. But then you see a significant structure. Now, if you look there, it shows a little bit smaller for the afferent, a little bit larger for the efferent. In real life, the efferents are usually huge because the afferents are constantly bringing stuff in, and a lot of it is destroyed in the lymph node, and it accumulates, and then it lets it out sometimes in large masses. That's an artifact. Don't forget about it. So if they show you this, you just write down that this is lymph tissue, and that's going to be the afferent. I really can't see anything else that they would clearly. Yeah, see if they show you something like this, it really doesn't. It's not clear on what it is.
So they wouldn't ask about the lymph follicles or cortex of the nerve?
Well, the cortex they could ask you about, because you could just see right here. Here's the cortex. But the cortex, if you look in your textbook, the cortex actually goes around these different follicle structures, and then the inside of where the B cells are going to be. Like if this is the cortex, theoretically, generally it would come up like this and come around, almost like a pyramid inside the kidney. And then you would have B cell accumulation. But here it's going to be the capsule, and the cortex is always going to be next to it. So
So the
remember,
circles are the white pulp or the lymph follicles?
let me get a better view.
So circles of
Alright, so when you're looking here, again, it's hard to really see. A little darker concentration, darker concentration, darker concentration. So when you look at your text, is the darker concentration what?
It's outer cortex,
Outer cortex. And what is the lighter concentration?
and then that's well, it doesn't say what it is, but you said it's the white pulp,
The white pulp. And generally, and then where are you going to find the B cells? Are they
In there.
in the white
in
pulp.
the same white pulp? But you can see, if we look through this whole lymph node, you see anything that would qualify theoretically as a significant white pulp? Only other than,
That looks more
That's
like
right.
circles.
yeah, other than some of these. But I don't know if you can kind of see this here and then see this down here is a little different. So it's really indiscriminate. I don't think that they would be able to use this to really clarify too much. If they're going to point at any circle inside there, they're usually going to be pointing at something that has white pulp, and it's going to be full of B lymphocytes.
So there's a slide of the spleen that you guys don't have yet.
Yeah.
That will show white pulp.
That'll show white and red pulp very clearly, and there's no mistaking it. This doesn't. All right, that's about all for the lymph node. That one's a little more confusing.
Okay.